The struggles of the 12 apostles hold lessons that can completely transform your life. In a world where faith was forged through trials, the 12 apostles answered a call that would transcend time. Ordinary men handpicked by Jesus, their lives defined by unimaginable trials and unwavering faith. Amidst miracles and profound teachings, they embarked on a transformative journey. But their path tested every fiber of their being, from skepticism to physical persecution. Each trial was a lesson of courage and resilience. Imagine being chosen by Jesus, ordinary men just like you and me, set on a journey filled with incredible miracles, profound teachings, and life-altering challenges. These weren't superhuman figures, they were real people who faced real hardships. And yet, through their struggles, they discovered resilience, faith, and purpose that would change the world forever. Their story begins with a simple call, "Follow me." For these men, that call was just the start. They witnessed miraculous signs and received revolutionary teachings, but the road ahead was anything but smooth. Skepticism from their communities, rejection, imprisonment, and dangerous persecutions became part of their daily reality. And here's the surprising truth: their greatest lessons came from their darkest moments. Their stories remind us that growth often springs from adversity. Their unwavering faith in the face of hardship teaches us that resilience isn't about avoiding struggles. It's about confronting them with courage and hope. These men, once ordinary, grew into extraordinary leaders who changed the course of history. Their journeys reveal a powerful truth: you can be transformed through your trials. Every challenge they faced refined their character, strengthened their purpose, and sharpened their resolve. Their lessons are timeless and highly relevant for us today. Let's look at some real examples. In Acts 5, Peter and John are arrested and instructed not to speak about Jesus anymore. Did they back down? No. They responded bravely, saying, "We must obey God rather than human beings." Their faith was their backbone. Their willingness to stand firm in the face of rejection paved the way for a movement that would outlast centuries. Or consider Paul and Silas in Philippi. After casting out a demon, they're beaten and thrown into prison. How did they respond? Not with despair, but with praise, singing hymns in the dark. That night, an earthquake shook the prison, opening doors and transforming lives, including that of their jailer, who found faith himself. Their story reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there's light waiting to shine through. But the journey wasn't only external, it was also internal. Peter, confident and outspoken, was told Jesus predicted he'd deny him. And he did, 3 times. That painful experience was a lesson in humility, forgiveness, and resilience. It taught him that strength isn't about never falling, but about rising after every stumble. And then there was Stephen, the first martyr. His death was brutal, yet it ignited the spread of Christianity beyond Jerusalem. Instead of succumbing to fear, the early believers pressed forward, scattering across regions and sharing their faith. Their suffering became their strength, turning persecution into a catalyst for expansion. Their experiences shaped what they did next. After experiencing loss, rejection, and even death, they became more strategic and more passionate. Paul, who once persecuted Christians, had an incredible transformation, an encounter with Jesus that changed everything. From persecutor to pastor, his story proves that no one is beyond redemption, and every setback can become a setup for a comeback. What all these stories share is a vital lesson. Trials are not the end, they are the beginning of growth. Hardships teach perseverance, deepen faith, and foster compassion. The apostles' resilience demonstrates that, like them, we can emerge stronger when we face our own challenges head-on. Their stories aren't just lessons from history, they're lessons for us today. Whether it's overcoming personal fears, battling adversity, or standing up for what's right, their journey reminds us. Faith and resilience are our greatest weapons. So as you reflect, ask yourself, what trials are you facing right now? How can you see these difficulties as opportunities for growth? The Apostles' journey encourages us to face obstacles with courage, knowing that transformation is often born from our darkest moments. Remember, their struggles and triumphs aren't just stories, they're a blueprint, a blueprint for strength, perseverance, and hope. Your hardships could be shaping you for something greater, just like them. If their faith and resilience inspire you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs. And if you want more stories of faith and transformation, consider subscribing. Together we can continue exploring lessons that inspire us to live stronger, more resilient lives. One of the most powerful aspects of the Apostles' journey is not just the hardships they faced, but the profound teachings of Jesus that guided them through every trial. These weren't just words, they were life-changing principles, wisdom that resonates just as deeply today. Jesus taught them about love and forgiveness, a radical message in a world full of division and conflict. He emphasized loving your neighbor, forgiving your enemies, and showing compassion, even to those who hurt you. These lessons challenged their instinct to retaliate and encouraged them to lead with mercy and patience. Today, in a world riddled with anger and division, these teachings remind us that true strength lies in forgiveness and understanding. He constantly spoke about humility. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Jesus modeled humility in his service, washing his disciples' feet and choosing a humble birth. The apostles learned that true greatness isn't about power or dominance, but about serving others with humility. In our lives, embracing humility helps us navigate criticism, remain teachable, and foster genuine connections. Another core principle Jesus taught was faith, a trust that God is in control, even in chaos. When storms threatened the disciples on the Sea of Galilee, Jesus rebuked their fear and asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Today, we face storms of our own, uncertainties, failures, setbacks. Jesus' words remind us that faith is not about ignoring difficulties, but trusting that God's plans are greater than our worries. Faith acts as an anchor during life's turbulent times. Jesus also emphasized the importance of prayer and communion with God. He often retreated to solitary places to pray, setting an example for his followers. Prayer was their source of strength, guidance, and peace. Today, taking time to connect with God through prayer can help us find clarity and resilience amidst chaos. He taught about purpose and mission, calling his followers to spread love, hope, and truth. "Go and make disciples of all nations," he commanded. For the apostles, that meant facing rejection, imprisonment, and even death. Yet their unwavering commitment came from understanding that their mission was divine. We are also called to live out those same principles, sharing kindness, standing for justice, and living with purpose, regardless of the obstacles. Finally, Jesus' teachings on eternal life and hope provided the ultimate encouragement. He reassured his disciples that their suffering was temporary and that eternal joy awaited them. "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted," he said. His words give us hope today that no matter how difficult life gets, there's a higher purpose and a future beyond our pain. So how can we apply these lessons in our lives? Love and forgiveness. When facing bitterness or resentment, choose forgiveness. Release anger for your peace and growth. Humility. In your successes and failures, remember to stay humble. Serve others without expecting recognition. Faith. Trust that struggles are temporary. Use prayer and reflection to strengthen your belief that better days are ahead. Prayer and connection. Make time daily to pray or meditate. Let that connection strengthen your resilience. Herbosim and service. Find opportunities to serve others, whether in big acts or small daily kindnesses. Hope in eternal life. Remember, your hardships are temporary when you hold on to the hope of what's to come. The teachings of Jesus weren't just for that time, they're for now. They're a blueprint for living with resilience, compassion, humility, and hope. The apostles faced insurmountable challenges, yet their faith in Jesus' words sustained them, and their lives transformed history. Today we can do the same. Whatever trials you face, remember, the same wisdom Jesus taught can empower you to overcome, to grow, and to become the person you're meant to be. Thank you for watching, and God's richest blessings.